What would you have done if it were your freedom and your life that were being threatened by the Nazis? What if it were your parents, your children, your brothers and sisters, and your dearest friends that were being taken away, never to be seen again? Would you have fought the Nazis with your bare hands? Would you have chosen to die by your own hand rather than let yourself be driven to the gas chambers? Accusations have been made that Jews behaved cowardly and let themselves be slaughtered by the millions without resistance. This is not true. There was resistance, not only desperate, armed, and heroic, as in the case of the Warsaw Ghetto, but day-to-day resistance and a will to withstand, to outlive. Death was cheap at Auschwitz. It was ever-present, stinking its way into your very brain, blackening the sky with its smoke, looking at you from the barrels of guns and from the eyes of the condemned. Death was with you during the dreaded roll calls, where at dawn and dusk you stood for endless hours in ankle-deep mud, with only rags between you and the biting chill of the wind. It was easy to die at Auschwitz. One did not have to be a hero to die. There were many ways you could have saved the SS the work. All you had to do was give up. Give up willingly the spark of life still flickering in you, that last thing you had, which they were so determined to take. You could have risked your own life and tried to attack an SS guard, as has been suggested by Dr. Bruno Bettelheim in his book, The Informed Heart. This, even if it were possible, would have been not only a foolish way to commit suicide, but it would have been murder as well. For by your so-called heroism, you would have exposed your next of kin, your loved ones, and the rest of your fellow inmates to the uncontrollable fury of SS revenge. It was easier to just touch the electrified wires crisscrossing the campsite and end it all. The temptation was always there. It was hardest to resist at night. The wires stretched as far as you could see, with the lights strung on them and the wind playing a weird invitation to death. Touch me. Come close. Touch me. It took great strength to resist, but we resisted. I resisted the temptation. Dying makes sense if one has a cause to die for. We had no such cause. We had a great cause to live. By my own death, I could not possibly have saved anybody nor accomplished anything. It would have been a futile gesture and an easy way out. And it would have proved that deep in my heart, I believed that Auschwitz is forever. It would have meant admitting to myself that this screaming, insane world around me represented the universe. I chose to live. For every hour lived at Auschwitz was a victory. And if I had lost in the end, I would be marching to meet death along with the others, without tears, without dramatic outbursts, but in a silence that shrieked its mute protest into the unheeding heavens and a deaf world. The world was not prepared for Auschwitz. It was, in fact, a place unbelievable even for its inmates. No words can really adequately describe this weird world, unlike anything mankind had ever known. In order to understand its implication, you actually had to be part of it. I'll have to be autobiographical, but follow me, if you will, into Auschwitz and spend a day there, and meet some of the people in the nameless mass of bodies. Try, if you will, to feel even for a moment that you could have been one of them, that in fact you were one of them.